Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut. Here to bring you some semi-pro football action courtesy of the East Coast Football League. Today's contest pits the visiting Silver City Wolves, who you can see to my right here in the black jerseys with white and silver jersey numbers, up against the hosting Connecticut Thundercats, seen here with their white jerseys and red jersey numbers. Those of you who have heard my broadcast before, you probably recognize me as the guy who covers games involving the Brookline Golden Badgers. That is my usual coverage area. I live in Brookline, so that's pretty easy for me. But I was asked by the owner and head coach of the Thundercats to come down and cover this game. The Badgers have a bye week, so wasn't booked up for that, and just decided I would do it. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm happy to be down here, and I'm happy to be watching some more football, and I certainly hope you are too. Got a nice, beautiful day for football out here at Falcon Field. Clear skies, very few clouds, if any at all. A light breeze to keep these players from cooking to death out here in the New England summer heat. As we wind down the last days of month of July that has generally been more wet than sunny, but the weekends have, generally this month been fairly clear to the good fortune of these ECFL players. So with that underway, let's take a look at the two teams coming in today. We'll start things off with looking at the two teams' records. The Thundercats, the home team, come in with a 3-1 record, while the Silver City Wolves come in at 1-3. These two teams actually faced off in Week 1. The Thundercats inking out a 6-0 victory over the Wolves in a tight contest there. The Thundercats continuing their schedule, they followed up with an even tighter win over the Connecticut Tar Heels 13-12 in Week 2. They lost to the Connecticut Brawler in Week 3, 20-6, and then after a bye week in Week 4, they came to my neck of the woods in Brookline, Massachusetts, and they defeated the Brookline Golden Badgers 32-8. So that's their record where they stand. The Wolves, meanwhile, after losing to the Thundercats in Week 1, they had a bye week in Week 2. They followed that up with a convincing win over the Golden Badgers in Boston, 34-0 in Week 3. Then they lost to the Brawler in Week 4, 16-0. And then in Week 5, they lost to the Tar Heels, 22-0. So the Wolves looking to find some offense here. They've been shut out in 3 of their 4 contests so far, while the Thundercats, trying to turn last week's win into a win streak here with a victory today. So we are a little less than 10 minutes away from the scheduled start time for this contest. It's set to start at about 6 o'clock. So while we wait, let's take a look at the two teams' rosters. Starting off with the visitors, the Silver City Wolves, and this is sort of the area for both teams. It's just technicality of who's home and who's away, who gets to call the coin toss. But the Silver City Wolves, the away team on the board here today. Let's take a look at their roster. Starting off, we have number 83, Nils Anderson. After that, we have number 34, Brian Morales. We have number 20, Frank Picarillo. Number 21, Mike Mysatyukau. Number 8, Kevin Paradis. Number 16, Robert Castro. Number 32, Chris Mark Anthony. Number 4, Jordan Hines. Number 12, Keon Walton. Number 10, Josh Ortiz. Number 35, Jeremiah Foreman. Number 6, Kamaz Williams. Number 87, Elton Pineda. Number 27, Michael Johnson. Number 47, Christopher Pineda. Number 14, Clayton Torres. Number 24, Ronald Bear. Number 25, Kyle Kraft. Number 17, Josh Arnold. Number 9, Hugh McCalla. Number 5, Joe Robinson. Number 0, Treron Bryant. Number 15, Kyle Davis. Number 11, Brian Pelletier. Number 22, John James. Number 75, Tyreek Martina. Number 50, George Cologne. Number 1, Josiah Simmons. Number 86, Omar Vega. Number 7, Alric Stevens. Number 13, Bradley Polanco. And lastly, number 3, Larry Garcia. So that is the roster for the Silver City Wolves today. Meanwhile, we'll turn our attention over to the roster for the hosting Connecticut Thundercats. Starting off, as we go alphabetically, we have number 69, Joseph Altrech. After that, we have number 30, Xavian Arroyo. Number 4, Alejandro Ayers. Number 25, Tyrell Basiles. Number 77, Dylan Burnett. Number 76, Chris Bird. Number 18, Matthew Campbell. Number 44, Brandon Carr. Number 20, Jacob Cologne. Number 35, Vinchon Crenshaw. Number 0, Christian Curry. Number 56, Odai Dayub. Number 9, Sebastian Del Valle. Number 2, Jake Desjardins. Number 88, Aaron Donaldson. Number 32, Lamar Dunn. Number 84, Anthony Ellison. Number 34, Anthony Esposito. Number 22, Shondell Evans. Number 21, Jeremiah Faust. Number 17, Rain Francis. Number 1, Edward Frazier. Number 55, Tayshawn Frazier Jr. Number 42, Antonio Garcia. Number 58, Christopher Garcia. Number 26, Jose Garcia Jr. Number 11, Peter Giannini. Number 31, Des Hamilton. And it looks like I might be cut off halfway through the roster for the Thundercats because it looks like we're about to have the opening coin toss. As I try and follow the coin toss here, I'll try and keep up with the finish out the lineup. Number 16, Ty Harris. Number 23, Raheem Henry. Number 15, Jake Horvath. Number 95, Lennox Howard Jr. Number 12, Josue Lopez. Number 79, Jacob Matheson. Number 6, Amon Mohammed. Number 8, Sawyer Nichols. Number 92 normally, but actually he's wearing number 99 today. That is Colby Ortiz. Number 29, Chris O'Neill. Number 3, Chris Pagano. Number 54, Zachary Painter. Normally number 24, but actually he's wearing number 5 today. That is Josh Parks. Number 7 is Jeremy Perry. Number 52, Giovanni Rodriguez. Number 10, Justin Ruiz. Number 19, Xavier Sanchez. Number 50, Javier Santos. Number 13, Ishmael Soto. Number 68, Mark Soto. Number 49, Brian Stepa. And wearing number 24 today will be Inije Strode-Sims. Number 14, Mark Anthony Teluzma. Number 57, Devin Tirado. Number 39, Nigel Warren. Number 74, William Wesenter. Number 28, Delvon Williams-McClellan. And on the roster but out for the season with an injury, normally wearing number 5 would be Devon Wise. So that's your full lineup for the hosting Connecticut Thundercats. As we've had the coin toss, we're about ready to get this game underway. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, happy to bring you live coverage of this East Coast Football League contest between the away team, the Silver City Wolves, and the home team, the Connecticut Thundercats. You can see the Wolves in the black jerseys with the silver helmets, while the Thundercats have the white jerseys with the red jersey numbers. It's almost like we're watching the Raiders versus the Cardinals in terms of color schemes. Looks like after the coin toss, the opening kickoff will be made by Silver City. As it looks like Silver City's number 12, Keon Walton, will be lining up to kick this one off. Meanwhile, the Thundercats getting ready to send out their return unit. Once again, the Thundercats coming into this with a 3-1 record, the Wolves 1-3, and this game is a rematch of a Week 1 matchup that was won by the Thundercats by a narrow score of 6-0. The Thundercats sending out their return team. Looks like they got 2 players deep. I believe I saw number 7 there. That is Jeremy Perry. And then the other one didn't quite catch the jersey number. I think his jersey was rolled up a little bit, so I couldn't quite read the number. But either way, Keon Walton getting ready to kick off and set this game underway. The kick is off, and here we go. High and a bit shallow. It's taken by Perry. Perry, with some patience, now moving to his left, trying to find the sideline, just gets dragged down. But we've got a flag on the first play of the game. Perry decided to wait for his blockers to get out in front of him before he bounced to the outside, trying to find the sideline. It's possible that the guy who brought him down might have grabbed like a horse collar or a face mask. We'll see what the call is, because that could be a very big penalty. Oh no, it's going to be holding against the Thundercats, actually. So the Thundercats are going to be moving back. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Thundercats as they move back from the spot. The Thundercats will be starting at what appears to be their own 26-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 26 for the Thundercats as they come on for their opening offensive possession. Coming out of the huddle, they have quarterback Rain Francis, number 17. Under center here in a bit of a wing T formation. He's got 2 backs behind him, 1 player on the wing. Takes the snap, hands off up the middle, fakes the end around, and going up the middle and running into the pile. This is going to be a pretty solid gain. Might have been like 6 or 7 yards. And I think that was number 0. And that is Christian Curry. So Christian Curry, I believe, got the opening handoff there and carried it all the way to what appears to be the 31 or 32-yard line. So a solid gain there. Like I said, 5 or 6 yards. Looks like it's going to be a 6-yard gain to the 32. So 2nd and 4 for the Thundercats. Francis takes the snap, fakes one handoff, now gives, going to the left side. It's taken by number 3, running towards the first down line, trying to drag the pile. He gets dragged down. This is going to be close. Handoff was to number 3, Chris Pagano. So it looks like they're going to mark him just short of the first. This is going to be 3rd and about 1. So big play here as the Thundercats still in their own territory. 3rd and 1 and about a yard. Handoff up the middle. Bursting ahead is Christian Curry once again, and he's got the first down. So the Thundercats making it simple with the ground and pound early here as they get their first down conversion. They move the ball out to their own 40-yard line. So that was about a 5-yard gain from Curry, who only needed 1 to convert the first down. Fresh set of downs. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Thundercats 40. Francis under center. Takes the snap, drops back to pass this time. He's looking deep down the left. His man is all by himself, and he dropped it. Oh, that could have been a touchdown. That was almost an automatic touchdown there for number 10, Justin Ruiz. But he just couldn't hold on. Silver City just completely missed their coverage there on what was really a simple go route down the left sideline. So after a bit of a missed opportunity there, the Thundercats come out for 2nd and 10. Takes the snap, this time hands off, going to the right is number 14, and he flips over the tackler. We got some dynamic action here early in this one, but a solid gain nonetheless for the Thundercats' number 14, Mark Anthony Teluzma. About a 6-yard gain there to the 46-yard line. We got a big 3rd down and 4 yards to go here. The Thundercats converted their first 3rd down, but that was shorter at 1 yard to go. Let's see what they do here. Snap, give to Curry, up the middle. Actually, that's not Curry, that's number 20, who's shaking off a couple of tackles for a very nice gain. Finally dragged down by a couple defenders after shaving off a few tackles on the way was number 20, Jacob Cologne. The Thundercats now into Silver City territory as they get all the way out to the opposing 41-yard line. That was a 15-yard gain. 13-yard gain, excuse me, for Jacob Cologne. 1st and 10 now from the Wolves' 41-yard line. Francis takes the snap, fakes one handoff, now gives, running to the outside, shaving off a couple of tackles, and finally brought down was Chris Pagano. So again, a nice solid gain there on the ground. That looks like it was might have been about 9 yards. Looks like they're at about the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1. The running game has been very effective so far. I think it's been at least 6 yards, at least 5 yards for every carry so far this drive. Francis takes the snap. He gives it up the middle, bursting through, a bit of a hole there. Christian Curry with another nice run. This four-headed monster of a running attack featuring Chris Pagano, Christian Curry, Jacob Cologne, and Mark Anthony Teluzma. They've all had nice runs so far on this drive. And that's another 1st down. They are now at, I believe, the Wolves' 17-yard line. Francis takes the snap, gives it up the middle. That's Cologne, and that's going to be stopped short. Shortest gain so far, a nice tackle by the Silver City defender. That is number 2. So a nice tackle there by Silver City's number 2, who I do not see on my roster, which is unfortunate because he really did make a nice play there. So yeah, if there are any fans of either team and there are players I don't have on my roster or names I'm mispronouncing, I highly encourage, please let me know in the live chat. I want to give these players the best coverage that I possibly can. Looks like we got our first timeout called. It's called by the Thundercats. Coming out of the timeout, they'll be facing what appears to be 2nd and 8 from the Wolves' 15-yard line. So, summing up the drive thus far, if I recall the runs correctly, I'm going to do my best. I believe we started with a 6-yard run up the middle by Christian Curry, a 3-yard run to the outside by Chris Pagano. Then Curry bullied up the middle for about 5 yards for a first down. After that, an incomplete pass down the left sideline aimed at Justin Ruiz. After that was a bit of an end-around run to Mark Anthony Telusma that gained 6 yards. Then Jacob Cologne took it up the middle, shook off some tackles, and went about 13 yards for another first down. After that was, I believe, another 6-yard run. It's been a whole bunch of solid chunks of yards gained on the ground is the point as we come out of the timeout. And it'll be 2nd and 8 from the Wolves' 15. Same wing T formation that served the Thundercats so well in this drive. Francis takes the snap, fakes a toss, give it on the end around. This is number 34. He's got some space. He's driving for the end zone. Brought down just short, but that is going to be a first down. Shaking off the tackle at the line of scrimmage and then getting that burst of speed towards the end zone was number 34, Anthony Esposito. So now 5 different ball carriers on this drive for the Thundercats. And we've now got a timeout called by the Wolves. This is going to be 1st and goal from what appears to be about the Wolves' 3-yard line. So the Thundercats on the first drive of the game already knocking on the doorstep. And really, when you think about it, the last time these two teams faced off, 6 points were scored between the two of them for the entire game. And already on the first possession, we have a prime opportunity for a team to score. And like I said, it's been simple, old school ground and pound offense here for the Thundercats. A number of big runs from Christian Curry, a couple nice runs from Chris Pagano, and then one really nice run by Jacob Cologne and one short run, and then one solid run from Mark Anthony Telusma and one pretty big burst through the hole by Anthony Esposito on that last play to now set them up inside the 5. Out of the timeout, 1st and goal for the Thundercats. Francis takes the snap, hands off to Cologne. He tries to barrel up the middle. It looks like he's got swarmed and he's not going to make it. Silver City swarmed the middle right there and made sure there was nowhere to go. Looks like he might have gained a yard or 2. It looks like he's gained 2 yards there, so he moved down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. The Thundercats trying to punch it in here. Francis takes the snap, fakes one handoff. He managed to get it away, and that's a touchdown. I thought that he was going to get sacked there. I thought he still had the ball, but he managed, Rain Francis managed to hand the ball off to his second back after faking the initial handoff. And with nothing but wide open space to his right, scampering into the end zone. I believe that was number 3, Chris Pagano. So a 1-yard touchdown run by Pagano puts the Thundercats on the board, 6-0 the score. And they're going to try, looks like they're going to try for 2 here. They got a full T formation behind them now. Snap to Francis, fakes the handoff, rolls out, quick pass, dropped! That pass intended for number 8, Sawyer Nicholas, but just off the fingertips, no good. Well-designed play, just couldn't finish it. So after the failed 2-point try, the score is the Connecticut Thundercats 6, the Silver City Wolves 0. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you live coverage of this East Coast Football League matchup between the Thundercats and the Wolves. And after a long drive of 74 yards by the Thundercats, they finish with a 1-yard touchdown run by Chris Pagano. The Wolves' defense started to show some fortitude towards the end of that drive. They stuffed Cologne on the first down try, held him 1 yard short of the end zone, and then they seemed to have things bunched up the middle again. And after the fake handoff up the middle, as Francis was trying to get the handoff away to Pagano, he almost got sacked before he could hand it off. But he got it away. Good work by Francis and good finish by Pagano to get the Thundercats on the board. 6-0, and now getting ready to kick it away will be number 50, Javier Santos. Santos, the kick. It's a line drive, and it's going to be basically intercepted by number 16, who's going to run out of bounds at around the 34-yard line. Silver City Wolves number 16, Robert Castro, with the return there. And now the Wolves offense starting from their own 34-yard line will be trying to answer back after the Thundercats' opening scoring drive. The Wolves come out of the huddle for 1st and 10. They got trips to the left and what appears to be one tight end on the right. One back behind quarterback Larry Garcia, who is in shotgun. Snap to Garcia. Quick screen pass to number 1, who escapes one tackler but not the others. That's going to be a short gain, maybe about 4 yards for number 1, Josiah Simmons. So from the 34 to what appears to be about the 38-yard line, 4-yard screen pass from Garcia to Simmons makes it 2nd and 6. So once again, we got trips left. One tight end to the right and one back behind Garcia. They send a man in motion. The snap to Garcia. He fumbles on the end-around handoff, and I think the Thundercats might have dove on it. Let's see who has the ball. Waiting for the signal from the official. And that's going to be Thundercats football. The fumble recovered by, I believe, number 39, as I quickly scour through my Thundercats roster. I thought it was 39. Maybe I was reading the jersey number wrong, because I can't seem to find number 39 on here. Maybe it was 49. No, here's number 39. Nigel Warren, the fumble recovery there. Heads up play by Warren. My apologies for taking some time on that one. Nigel Warren on the recovery after the failed handoff from Garcia to Kevin Paradis. So, big, costly offensive mistake for Silver City, and heads up defensive effort by the Thundercats' Nigel Warren. And so the Thundercats will start in some pretty prime position here. Already a one-score lead at 6-0 here in the first quarter. And they're going to be starting from the Wolves' 38-yard line. So much shorter distance to go than what they had on their first drive. They had to go 74 yards their first drive. This time, if they want to hit the end zone, they only have to go 38 yards. Bit of a brief pause in the action there. I'm not sure why, but now it looks like the Thundercats get a chance to huddle up. We saw a long, methodical drive, ground and pound style, from the Thundercats last time, and they're sticking with their same wing T formation. Rain Francis under center. Snap, handoff to Curry, and Curry gets wrapped up immediately. That might have actually been a loss. That was a big tackle there by the Wolves, I believe number 35, Jeremiah Foreman. Little help on that one, but he was the first to the ball as he wrapped up Christian Curry for what appears to be a 2-yard loss back to the 40-yard line. So the first negative play from the Thundercats offense so far is they now have 2nd and 12. And we got a hard count. We'll see what they call. Might be a false start against the Thundercats right guard, who also jumped, and they're going to say he jumped first. So we're still waiting for the call from the officials as they try and figure out who jumped first on that play. It looked like Francis was going for a hard count, but it's hard to tell whether he faked out the defense or faked out his own teammate. Oh, they're going to call offsides. They're going to call offsides, and that 5-yard gain is going to move the Thundercats to the Wolves' 35-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 7 instead of 2nd and 12. So a successful hard count by Francis. Now, after the brief confusion there, we're now ready to get this next play underway. 2nd and 7. Francis takes the snap, fakes a couple handoffs, rolls out to his right, looking to throw, throws across the middle, intercepted! We've got a flag on the play, though. If that counts, it's a big interception for number 12, Keon Walton. But if that's a defensive penalty, this is coming right back. It's holding against the Thundercats. That's going to be declined. So answering one turnover with another. The Thundercats got the ball off a fumble recovery by Nigel Warren, but now the Wolves taking it right back on an interception by Keon Walton. Now this is starting to look like the defensive slugfest that was promised on paper after these two teams played to a 6-0 game their last matchup. That is currently the score right now. As the Thundercats have been struggling through the air. If you include the 2-point attempt, Francis is 0 for 3 with an interception on his passing attempts. 1st and 10 for the Wolves from what appears to be their own 27-yard line. Garcia in shotgun, 2 receivers either side, 1 back to his right. The snap, looking to throw, and the throw batted right back in his face. Monster play from the line. I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, that is number 44. Indeed, that is number 44 for the Thundercats, who just came through with a very nice deflection right in the face. That is Brandon Carr. Brandon Carr with a nice deflection there right in the face of Larry Garcia to force a 2nd and 10. So roughly the same formation for Silver City. 2 receivers either side. Garcia in shotgun with a back to his right. Takes the snap, now looking to his left. Quick throw, finds Simmons. Simmons cuts inside, shakes off a couple, but ultimately gets dragged down. This one's going to be close to the marker. Josiah Simmons had a bit of a quick hitch route there and then made the most of it. Just a quick catch and run. And they're going to give him the 1st down. He just converts there as he gets out to the 38-yard line. So a 10 or 11-yard gain there from Josiah Simmons, and it'll be a fresh set of downs. 2 receivers either side, 1 back to the left of Garcia. Takes the snap, hands it off, and stuffed. That's Carr again. Brandon Carr bringing the defensive highlights early in this one as he wrapped up the Wolves' number 33 on the handoff. And I don't seem to have number 33 on here. So I'm not sure who got the handoff there, but whoever he was wrapped up for what appears to be a 2-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 36-yard line. So now 3 backs behind Garcia in a wishbone formation with 1 receiver out wide on either side. And he's going to take it. No, he lost it. He flubbed the snap. It's still loose. I think the Thundercats got it. It seemed like Simmons had it for a second, but he couldn't hold it. And I think the Thundercats recovered the ball again. Who came up with the ball? I think it was either Brandon Carr, number 44, or number 56, Odai Dayub. It was a scrum in there. Hard to tell exactly who recovered it. But the 2nd straight possession to end in a fumble for the Silver City Wolves. Man, 3 straight turnovers in the last 3 possessions. It's gone fumble, interception, fumble. And again, neither of these fumbles really forced by the Thundercats defense. Nice recoveries, but really it's just more a product of the Silver City mistakes. It'll be 1st and 10 from, I believe, the Wolves' 37-yard line. Snap to Francis, fakes, and now gives to Telusma. Telusma going to the edge on the left side and runs right into a tackler who takes him down after a decent gain of maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6. Mark-Anthony Toulousma, his second carry of the day. And he's going to go from the 37 to what appears to be the 31. So a 6-yard gain. Toulousma has 2 carries, 6 yards each from both of them. And it'll be 2nd and 4 now for the Thundercats. A bit of a tight formation as the wideout is on the same side of the hash, the short side of the field. The handoff goes up the middle. I believe that's Curry who's barreling ahead, dragging the pile. We're going to see where they spot him. Christian Curry tried to find the hole and just push through, just lower his head and push through, and it looks like they're going to give it to him. Looks like that's going to be a first down conversion for Christian Curry, as it seems he got his team down to the 25-yard line. So actually a very nice 6-yard gain for Curry as he pushed the pile very successfully there. 1st and 10. And a hard count again. And I think they're going to call a false start this time. It looks like he caught the wing player jumping. And I can kind of understand what happened there. To me, it looked like, you know, some defenders did jump, but they were behind the line of scrimmage. So they didn't jump off sides. But because you're taught, you know, when someone jumps off sides, you jump back in order to get the call. The Thundercats player tried to jump, but nobody had crossed the line. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 30. Snap to Francis. He gives it. I believe this is Cologne bouncing to the outside. He's got some space. He gets tripped up and brought down, but not before getting a very nice gain to the outside. Jacob Cologne, another nice run there. They caught the defense sort of cheating to their right, the Thundercats left, as they sort of faked it that way and gave it to Cologne, and he just bounced to the outside where he had some nice open space. So it looks like he got it down to about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. So after 1st and 15, the, I believe, 9-yard run makes it 2nd and 6. Francis takes the snap, fakes one handoff, now gives one to going to the right. That's Pagano. He gets tripped up and brought down. A flag is thrown. So we'll see what the flag will be here. The Thundercats have already been pushed back once on this set of downs, and it looks like they're going to be pushed back again. That's going to be an offensive holding call. It will remain 2nd down. And that's going to push them back considerably. That should push them back all the way to the 36. And make it 2nd and 16. Or no, it's just a 5-yard holding penalty as they get pushed back from the 21 to the 26. So it's going to be 2nd and 11. As there's now been 10 penalty yards just on this set of downs alone. Fake one handoff. Now they give to number 23. He's bouncing to the outside. He's got some space. Still running. Finally dragged down from behind. A nice run there for number 23, Rakeem Henry. His first carry of the day, and he managed to get to the outside for a nice gain. And it looks like they're going to give him the first down. All the way down to what looks to be the 14-yard line. So Pretty substantial run. Nice run there from Raheem Henry. Now 1st and 10, and they give to Curry up the middle. Curry's pushing it, and he gets a pretty decent gain there. Christian Curry has been working that A gap there very well. As he gets a solid gain down from the 15 to what looks like about maybe the 7. So about an 8-yard gain, maybe a 7-yard gain, might be at the 8. So 2nd and 2 or 3. Francis takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Cologne. He gets tripped up at the line, and that's going to be a short gain there. And I believe they just whistled for the end of the quarter. So we are through 1 here at Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut. Your score after 1, the Connecticut Thundercats 6, the Silver City Wolves 0. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you live coverage of this East Coast Football League contest. I'm going to take a short mute break, but I'll be right back with the second quarter. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. Once again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut. Bring you live coverage of this East Coast Football League contest between the Silver City Wolves and the Connecticut Thundercats. As we get ready to start the second quarter, the Thundercats lead 6-0, and they are once again knocking on the doorstep of the Wolves' end zone. They have 3rd down at what appears to be the Wolves' 6-yard line. Looks like they need to get to about the 2, so 3rd down, 4 yards to go for a 1st down and 6 yards to go for the end zone. Rain Francis again under center in the wing tee. Hits it right up the middle to Curry, and he's got pay dirt. Christian Curry had just a big hole on the left side. They sold the fake. They sold the fake out to the right very well, and they got the Silver City defense to jump, and Curry just had nothing but green grass in front of him as he burst through that hole for a 6-yard touchdown. The Thundercats now lead 12-0. And it looks like they're going to try for 2 once again. They were unsuccessful on their 2-point try after their first touchdown. They attempted a rollout pass on that one, and it just bounced off the fingertips of the intended receiver. They're coming out in a T formation. Francis takes the snap, fakes a couple handoffs, another rollout, another throw out to the same spot, deflected away. Nicely done there by Keon Walton. Keon Walton has been very effective in the secondary on what little passing attempts he's defended against. There's only been 4 passing attempts so far by the Connecticut Thundercats. Their running game has been very effective. And so far, the quarterback, Rain Francis, 0 for 4, with 2 of his passing attempts coming on attempted 2-point conversions. And aside from that, he's got 1 dropped pass on a wide open shot down the left sideline. and an interception made by Keon Walton. So Walton's now got 1 pass deflection and an interception on the 2 pass attempts that came his way. So Javier Santos will get ready to kick this one away for the Thundercats. The Wolves have 2 players deep. They have number 16, Robert Castro, who returned the last kickoff. And I think the other one is either number 8 or number 6. So, I think it's number 6. I think it's Kamaz Williams. Santos ready to kick this one away. And there it goes. Line drive down the left side. It might bounce out of bounds, and they're going to let it go out of bounds. So that's going to be a penalty on the kickoff, and I can't remember if at this league they spotted at the 35 or the 40 after an out-of-bounds kick, but we'll see in a second. Looks like it's going to be the 35. So after the out-of-bounds kickoff by Javier Santos, the ball is going to be placed at the 35-yard line. Silver City has had a rough start offensively. Two offensive possessions, and they both ended in fumbles lost to the Thundercats. And neither of them forced fumbles. Neither of the fumbles were the result of tackles. We had a flubbed handoff and a flubbed snap. So the Wolves coming out with quarterback Larry Garcia in shotgun, 2 receivers on either side, and 1 running back to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, rush is coming, throws out to his left, and nothing there. He overthrew his man. The receiver wanted a call there. That was number 1, Josiah Simmons. He thought his defender kind of impeded him on his attempted path to the ball, but when the ball is that far away, it has to be pretty obvious and egregious, or the official's not going to call it. So they call legal coverage from number 31, Des Hamilton. And after the incomplete pass, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Also, credit to the pass rush from the Thundercats for hurrying that play. That one came from number 99, Colby Ortiz. 2nd and 10. Looks like we got 3 receivers to the left, 1 out wide to the right. They send Paradis in motion towards the slot. Snap back to Garcia. Garcia retreating, being chased by Ortiz, and just has to throw it away. Nice coverage by the Thundercats downfield. Garcia couldn't get rid of it quickly, and he was being chased by number 99, Colby Ortiz, with number 39, Nigel Warren, right behind them. 2 defensive players who have already shown some impact early in this game here in the second quarter, as Ortiz is now hurried the quarterback on 2 straight plays, and of course Warren had the fumble recovery a couple possessions ago. 3rd and 10. 2 receivers either side. Garcia with 1 back to his right. The snap is flubbed, and Garcia just has to dive on it. Second straight possession with a flubbed snap by the Wolves. And that's going to make it 4th down and about 12 yards to go. So as Garcia comes off the field in frustration, it looks like they're going to get ready to punt. I believe it's going to be number 12, Keon Walton, giving us our first punt of the game. Thus far, the possessions have gone touchdown Thundercats, fumble by the Wolves, interception by the Thundercats, fumble again by the Wolves, touchdown by the Thundercats, and now it looks like the Wolves are going to punt. One return man back deep for the Thundercats. Can't quite see the jersey number from this angle. And we've got a flag thrown. And that's going to be a delay of game penalty against the Wolves. So they're going to move 5 yards back. And that's tough because even if you had like a professional NFL punter, this is not the part of the field where you want to take a delay of game on purpose. So that was just sloppy miscommunication there. Keon Walton will be punting it back to Jeremy Perry. And they got a jump there. A hard count on the punt. And we're going to see whether they call false start or offsides. If it's offsides, then they just undo the delay of game penalty. But if it's a false start, then they move even further back inside their own end. And the call is offsides. So a hard count on a punt. You know, I'm not going to lie. I kind of respect that call there. You just had a penalty due to, you know, just a lack of organization. And then after that, you call for a play that really requires some coordination and organization from the team, some real discipline there, and you get the call. Now the snap goes back. Walton punts it high in the air. Perry is backing away from it, and it looks like it's just going to bounce, slightly unfavorable bounce, but recovered and downed by the Wolves at what appears to be about the Thundercats' 41-yard line. Maybe exactly the 40. So after the 3 and out, the Thundercats offense takes over. They've scored on 2 of their 3 drives thus far. They've had a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Chris Pagano and a 6-yard score on a run by Christian Curry. Now they start with 60 yards to go to the end zone. And so far, their run game has been very effective. Really only a couple plays where they got stuffed. For the most part, it's been pretty consistent. You know, they've used some effective misdirection out of the wing T formation. They've had a couple guys who've shown a good ability to shave tackles once they get that initial burst through the line. And we're going to start off with a 5-yard penalty. Was that another delay of game? So both teams kind of struggling with the change of possessions here. But now starting at the 35-yard line for 1st and 15. The Thundercats come out. They're going to come out in the full T formation, not the wing T, so something slightly different this time. They usually show this on their 2-point attempts. Francis takes the snap, hands it off. I'm not quite. I think I got faked out on that play. I didn't quite see who got the handoff. But they got dropped for a loss of 1. It looks like. I just completely lost where the ball was. I apologize. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's a 1-yard loss, and so it's going to be 2nd and 16 for the Thundercats. They come out in the T formation again. The snap, handoff, looking for a hole to the left. This is number 28 busting through a hole and continuing to push. He's still pushing. Great effort there by the Thundercats' number 28. That is Delvon Williams McClellan. And so he really undoes a lot of the damage from the penalty, as he now makes it 3rd and 5 from their own 45-yard line. So an 11-yard run by Delvin Williams-McClellan. They're sticking with the T formation here on 3rd and 5. The snap to Francis, hands off, bursting through, trying to push. It looks like it might be just short. Looks like it's going to be about a yard short off the handoff to number 23. Raheem Henry got the carry there and got 4 yards, but was stopped 1 yard short. So interesting part of the field to have a 4th and short play. It's not outside the realm of possibility that the Thundercats are going to go for it. In fact, I'd even say it's pretty likely they're going to go for it. They come out in the full T formation again. 4th and 1. Snap. They fake. Roll out. Rush comes. Pass complete. First completed pass of the day for Rain Francis. And it could not have come at a better time as he hits Williams-McClellan for a big first down conversion. The drive stays alive, and that play almost blew up in their face. They've called that rollout play a couple of times on 2-point conversions. Both times it hasn't worked. And to go to the pass on a play like that, again, I respect the call. It's a gutsy call. You've had no completed passes so far. Your running game is what's gotten you where you've gotten so far, and you go to the pass on 4th and 1. Gutsy call, and it pays off. They come out in the T once again, 1st and 10. They fake, try to roll out, and the ball is lost. It's knocked loose. Diving for it. No, couldn't pick it up. This is going to be scooped up by the Wolves. Big recovery by the Silver City Wolves. And it looks like that recovery, I believe that's number 17 who scooped up the ball there. They were going for another play-action rollout, and that just completely blew up. And my mistake, that's number 27, Michael Johnson. Big fumble recovery there as they answer the Thundercats' big 4th down play with an even bigger play as they flip the field, and they're now going to be starting 1st and 10 from the Thundercats' 31. That ball bounced really far before it was finally scooped up. Garcia back out with 2 receivers on either side. Takes the snap out of shotgun, drops back, floats one up, down the right side. He's looking for Omar Vega. Did he catch that? What are they going to call? Oh, it looks like we got an injury. That looks like a concussion. Oh, that looks like it hurts. Oh, no. Jeremy Perry out there trying to trash talk. It looks like they're going to call incomplete. It was a jump ball there between Silver City's Omar Vega, number 86, and the Thundercats' number 7, Jeremy Perry. And they're going to rule that Vega did not complete the catch. Had the ball in his hands, but it just popped out as he hit the ground. Tough break for Silver City. That could have been the big play they've been looking for to try and get back in this ball game, as they currently trail the Connecticut Thundercats 12-0. But the officials say incomplete, and so instead of a big first down inside the 5, it's going to be 2nd and 10. And we got a flag now being thrown. And that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct called on Perry. And he's unhappy about it, but I mean, the officials are going to call that every time. When you start jawing with the opposition and you don't stop, you know, the officials are going to call that. You know, it doesn't really matter who starts it, you know, whoever they notice and whoever keeps it going, I mean, you just can't do that. So, in the end, the Wolves do get kind of a break off that play, not off the completed pass, but off of a 15-yard penalty that gets them halfway to the end zone. They are now down to the Wolves' 15-yard line, and they're going to have a fresh set of downs. Two receivers on either side of Garcia. And the snap goes over his head, and he's lost track of it. This is going to be picked up by Carr. Carr holding onto the ball. They're trying to rip it out of his hands. He's still moving. The play is still going on, and he gets dragged down. So another miscue off the snap for the Wolves. And that one is going to be recovered by Brandon Carr. And now we're going to have another flag thrown. This might be excessive celebration. I mean, the flag was thrown after the play. And so the ball will still remain with the Thundercats, but they might be starting 15 yards back from where the play ended. So the snap goes over the head of quarterback Larry Garcia, and it takes a weird hop, so he loses track of it. And Brandon Carr broke through the line and scooped up the ball for what is the third fumble recovery for the Thundercats so far today. And it might be the second for Carr. I didn't quite see who got the second one. It was either Carr or Dayub. But Carr definitely got this one. So it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Thundercats. We'll see where they decide to march it back. Looks like they had the recovery spotted about the 28-yard line. And so they're going to walk this one back. The only question is it going to be 1st and 10 from where they spot it, or is this going to be like a 1st and 25? So as they march this one back, oh, this is going to be a 1st and 25. So the Thundercats are going to be starting from what looks like their own 15-yard line, and they need to get to the 40. So this is going to be 1st and 25 for the Thundercats after the penalty. Or no, they're moving the markers. There was a bit of confusion there, but I was wondering if it was going to be this. They send them 15 yards back, but that's just where the possession starts because it was before the Thundercats took over possession. So it doesn't turn into a 1st and 25. It just turns into 1st and 10, but 15 yards back from where the recovery was. So 1st and 10 at their own 15. Snap to Francis. He drops back, looking to throw, manages to get the ball away, but cannot hit his receiver. The rush was coming there from number 27, Michael Johnson, who had the big fumble recovery last possession. And he's shaking hands with Francis after that play. Nice to see good sportsmanship. But ultimately, that's just going to be a 2nd and 10. But Johnson starting to find his way through that Thundercats offensive line. The Thundercats trying to work in their passing game. They had one big completed pass their last possession, but that was right before a fumble on another design pass play. So results have been mostly negative on the pass plays for the Thundercats. They take the snap, and we've got a false start penalty. So the Thundercats are going to be moving even further back. The unsportsmanlike penalty meant their possession was going to start 15 yards back from where they recovered the fumble. But now a false start is going to mean that they're going to move 5 yards back. And now it's going to be 2nd and 15. They're back to their own 10. I do believe this is the farthest inside their own territory that either team has had the ball. 2nd and 15 from their own 10. Snap to Francis, and he's going to hand it off, bouncing to the outside. They actually faked out me a little bit. Hard to read their fake outs from all the way up here in the bleachers. And I believe that was Christian Curry who bounced to the outside for what looks like a very short gain. Looks like he might have got 2 yards on that carry. So the Wolves defense starting to clamp down a little bit. Looks like that might have actually been a 1-yard gain on that run. So it'll be 3rd and 14. They're out in the wing T formation. Snap to Francis, and he's going to pitch it. And an opening he's got here. That's Pagano. Pagano managed to avoid the defenders at the line after the pitch and find his way through a hole. He's not going to get the first, and the Thundercats are pinned pretty far back for what's going to be a 4th down. And I mean, with more than 1 yard line, I think they're going to go for a punt here. I mean, we'll see what they do when they come out of the huddle. They got the ball at the 21-yard line. They need to get to the 25. So it's going to be 4th down and 4. And it looks like the Mad Men are going to go for it. 4th and 4 inside their own 25, and they're going to go for it. The snap, they hand it off. Cologne's trying to bully his way through. This is going to be close. He's pulled down. Where do they spot it? Are they going to bring out the chain gang? Oh, that was close. They give it to Jacob Cologne. They're going to give it to him. A big 1st down conversion by number 20, Jacob Cologne. He was carrying like 2 or 3 defenders on his back as he was just trying to get those last few inches for the 1st down. Again, gutsy call, and now 2 for 2 on 4th downs are the Thundercats. 1st and 10 from about the 26, I believe. Snap, handoff, running is caught and stuffed right at the line. That's Cologne on the carry, and he gets wrapped up by a couple of Silver City defenders. Maybe 1 yard on that play, might be 0. It looks like they're going to say 0. They're going to keep it at the 26. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 26. Thundercats lead the Wolves 12-0 here in the 2nd quarter of play. And the Thundercats successfully keeping possession there. So they come out for 2nd and 10. Francis takes the snap, hands it off. I believe this is, can't quite read the jersey number, but he's bounding ahead for a pretty decent gain there. I believe that's number 35, getting his first carry of the day. So that was Vinshawn Crenshaw getting the handoff. Typically, Crenshaw uses his size as a strong interior defensive lineman, but on that one, he operated as a back. And it looks like he may have gotten a 4 or 5 yard gain from the 26 to about the 31. So a 5 yard gain there. It's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Thundercats' 31 yard line. Thundercats trying to keep possession and hold on to and maybe extend their lead. They're up 12-0 here in the second. And the Thundercats are going to call timeout. So I believe that's their second timeout here in the first half. The score, like I said, 12-0. The Thundercats lead the Wolves here in the second quarter of play here at Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut. The two scores thus far, a 1-yard touchdown run by Chris Pagano and a 6-yard touchdown run by Christian Curry. It's been a bit of a turnover fest for both teams. 3 fumbles lost for the Silver City Wolves, while the Thundercats have 1 interception and 1 fumble lost. And really, for both teams, it's been the same thing kind of plaguing them. For the Thundercats, those rollout passes, sometimes they get the opening they're looking for, and sometimes it's just been absolute disaster, as both their turnovers have come on one of those kind of plays. For the Wolves, they got 1 flubbed handoff and then 2 flubbed snaps. And honestly, they've had 3 flubbed snaps today, but only 2 were lost fumbles. So we come out of the timeout, 3rd and 5 from the 31. The snap to Francis. He's dropping back to pass, looks to his left, all kinds of traffic, and that was not going to be caught. Almost intercepted by a player who is now down and looks hurt. Oh, he looks really hurt. Down on the ground. Players from both teams looking at him. Out comes the training staff. That pass was intended for number 14, Mark Anthony Toulousma. He was sandwiched between 3 different Silver City defenders, and the one who is ultimately in front of the ball is the player who's currently down and being looked at by the training staff. You certainly hope this young man is okay. You certainly hope that it's just a case of something that just like hurts a lot in the moment, but ultimately once, things calm down, you're able to walk it off. You certainly hope for the best. As they roll the player over to try and get a better look at him. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that the player down is number 6, Kamaz Williams. I'm not sure. I mean, it was a nice pass breakup. The route was well covered. And it looks like the player's standing up, walking off with some help. And like I said, we certainly hope he's okay. I can't quite tell if that's number 6 or number 0, but he's now getting help from both sides as he heads over to the bench. Try and figure out what's going on. That was indeed number 6, Kamaz Williams, who gets the pass breakup and hopefully isn't too badly hurt after that. 4th and 5 will be the situation as we return to the action after that concerning pause. It looks like this time the Thundercats are are going to punt. So Javier Santos, number 50, will be punting it away. Punt is up in the air. And the return man tries to be aggressive and go after it. He gets tackled immediately, and he's lucky he didn't lose the ball. Robert Castro trying to be aggressive there as he charges right at the bouncing ball while the Thundercats were also charging for the ball. Not the smartest play there, but he avoided disaster, held on to the ball, and his team will now be starting at their own 40. So with no scoreboard operation, I can't tell you how much time is left here in the second quarter. But the Wolves certainly wanting to make something happen before halftime, as they still trail the Thundercats 12-0. It'll be 1st and 10. Garcia comes out in shotgun. 2 receivers on either side, 1 running back to his right. His last offensive play ended with a snap over his head. This time he takes the snap, looks to his left. Quick pass to, I'm not quite sure. It was well short of number 1, Josiah Simmons, and well behind number 25, Kyle Kraft. So either the timing was thrown off or the sidearm throw he was attempting to try and get through the line just came out of his hand wrong. I'm not sure what happened there, but either way, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. So now 2nd and 10, it'll be 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Snap to Garcia. He's looking to his right, fakes a couple times, now throws out to his right. It's deflected. And the Wolves want a call in the worst way. That pass was intended for number 24, Ronald Bear. Thundercats' number 2 was in coverage, and they did get a little tangled up, but no call from the officials. So it'll be 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletes. 2 receivers on either side again. Garcia takes the snap, drops back. He's got time. He's got plenty of time. And finally heaves one out for Simmons. Simmons has the opening, and he's got the big catch. The coverage lapsed for the Thundercats at the last second. And we've got a timeout called by the Wolves. This will be their 2nd timeout of the half after a huge completion from Larry Garcia to Josiah Simmons. That one went from their own 40-yard line out to the opposing 33. So a 27-yard completion. The biggest play from scrimmage so far for either team, as the Wolves trying to make something happen here. Again, great job on the pass protection by the Wolves offensive line, giving Garcia plenty of time to find a receiver. And then when Garcia finally heaved one up, I think one of the defensive backs either slipped or just lost track of where Simmons was. And so he was wide open right as the ball came his way. 1st and 10, 2 receivers either side. Garcia takes the snap, drops back, looking, throwing over the middle. He's got his man. That's Kyle Kraft. That's going to be another 1st down, and they're now in the hurry up. They've got 1 timeout left here in the half. Clock's now running, and they've got to hurry. Two receivers either side. Shotgun. And Garcia takes the snap. Drops back. Looking. Floats it up to the left side. Almost intercepted. Pass was intended for Kyle Kraft. He was well covered there. And I think it was the Thundercats' number 1 who knocked that one away. That's Edward Frazier. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Clock stops from the incomplete pass as the Wolves, after 2 big completions, they're now down to the Thundercats' 22-yard line. Once again, the Thundercats lead 12-0, so it's a 2-score game as we're heading towards halftime. And the Wolves have to make something happen here if they want to get back in this game before the half. 2 receivers either side. Garcia takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle, hits his man, and he's trying to fight his way to the end zone. He's tackled short. That pass was completed to number 8, Kevin Paradis, and they're going to call their last time out of the half. So 3 big completions for the Wolves in the last 4 plays. They had the big one down the left sideline to Josiah Simmons, and then a couple passes over the middle, first to Kyle Kraft and then to Kevin Paradis. They're now knocking on the doorstep at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. The Wolves now out of timeouts. Things getting exciting here at Falcon Field before the first half, before the end of the first half. 2 receivers to the right, 2 backs, and it looks like Garcia is going to take it under center for the first time. The snap, and Garcia is going to try and barrel ahead himself. We got a penalty flag, and we're going to see where they spot it. It looks like the Thundercats might have stuffed him. But it looks like we're going to have an offsides penalty. So that might have shaved some time off the clock. But it's not going to end the half. The half can't end on a defensive penalty. Again, I can't. The scoreboard's not lit up here, so I can't tell you how much time is left on the clock. Really, only the officials and the players on the field know. So it's going to be 1st and goal once again as the Wolves get another try. And a bit of confusion from the Wolves, I think, as they're trying to get information. I mean, I saw the ump's arm winding. I think the clock is running. And we got a flag. Is this a delay of game against the Wolves? So it's going to be 5 yards. I'm not quite sure what that signal is from the ump. He touched his hand to the opposite shoulder. Not one I'm familiar with, but it's going to send them back to the Thundercats' 6-yard line. So the Wolves looked absolutely lost after that one. But now they're going to have to try and gain a few yards here. So now they come back, 2 receivers either side. Garcia under center, 1 back behind him. Takes the snap, drops back, throws it to his right, and it skips in the dirt. That's going to be incomplete. And I think those were the whistles for the half. That pass was intended for number 12, Keon Walton. And I think that's halftime. I'm waiting to see what the players do. It looks like they're coming off the field. And indeed, that's going to be the half. So the Silver City Wolves finally get their offense going. They knock right on the doorstep, get right down to the 1 yard line, but cannot punch it in before halftime. The score after 2 quarters of play here at Falcon Field, the Connecticut Thundercats 12, the Silver City Wolves 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut, and I'll be back with the second half of this game after a short mute break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am here to bring you the second half of this East Coast Football League contest between the Connecticut Thundercats and the Silver City Wolves. The score after 2 quarters is the Thundercats 12, the Wolves 0. The Thundercats scored on a pair of rushing touchdowns, a 1-yard run from Chris Pagano and a 6-yard run from Christian Curry. First half ended on what appeared to be kind of a controversial note, actually. The Wolves, just before the half, managed to drive all the way down to the opposing 1-yard line. And on a QB keeper, it seems they punched it in. But because of what appeared to be an offsides call, the play was blown dead. The Wolves upset because they thought, well, a play like that, that's a defensive penalty. That's a free play. But the officials blew the play dead. And then, I'm not sure why, but perhaps because of the arguing from the Wolves' side, they ended up being driven 5 yards back. And then on the last play of the half, they missed on an incomplete pass on an attempted quick slant to the end zone. So the Wolves weren't quite able to get it done and get on the board. And so the Thundercats maintain their 2-score lead. It's the execution from both sides has been less than perfect at times. 5 turnovers between the two teams. 3 fumbles lost by the Wolves, 1 interception and 1 fumble lost by the Thundercats. And so the Wolves will receive the first kickoff of the second half. So it'll be Javier Santos kicking this ball away for the Thundercats to start off the second half. Back deep for the Silver City Wolves will be number 16, Robert Castro, and number 6, Kamaz Williams, who at one point late in the first half had to go to the sidelines with an injury, but it's nice to see he's back and he's okay. So Santos getting ready to punt it away, to kick it away, rather. It's an onside kick to start the second half, and it's juggled, and it's recovered by the Thundercats. It's a tug-of-war between Mark Anthony Telusma and Kevin Paradis. The ball hit Paradis in the hands, but he juggled it, and they're going to give the ball to Telusma and the Thundercats. Paradis limping off the field after that tough play for him, as the onside kick came right at him, and it was in his hands, but he just juggled it and couldn't get a full grip on it. And in came the Thundercats and number 14, Mark Anthony Telusma. So the Thundercats coming out with the gutsy special teams call right from the word go. They'll start from the Wolves' 48-yard line. They're going to come out on 1st and 10 in the wing T formation. Quarterback Rain Francis under center. Takes the snap, fakes one handoff, gives it to Pagano. He's met immediately for a big loss on the tackle. That's number 27, Michael Johnson. Johnson's had a few big plays through that line. He's got one fumble recovery, one quarterback hit, and now that tackle for a big loss all the way back to the Thundercats' 47. So a 5-yard loss on that tackle by Michael Johnson makes it 2nd and 15. Snap to Francis, hands it off up the middle to Curry, and Curry gets tripped up and brought down. Grabbing around the ankles there was number 33 who brought him down. Number 33 is not on the Wolves roster that I was given, so unfortunately I don't know who that is. But some good defense early here in the second half from the Wolves. And credit to them. You fall behind 2 scores. Your team gets stopped at the 1 before the half, in part because of a controversial call, and then you lose the onside kick on the first play of the second half, and the defense is still coming out and performing. It'll be 3rd and 13 from the Thundercats' 49-yard line. They send Pagano out in motion to the slot, and now it's a 2-receiver formation. They switched out of the wing T. Snap back to Francis, throws to his left, going for Pagano, and it's dropped. Pass was just out of reach of Chris Pagano. He tried to dive for it, got his hands on it, but couldn't make up for the wide throw. So it's going to be 4th and long for the Thundercats, and my guess is they will punt here, as it'll be 4th and 13 from their own 49. And indeed, the punt unit has come out. This is Javier Santos. He'll be ready to punt it away. They've got, the Wolves have 2 punt returners back deep, ready to receive this kick on either side of the field. Thundercats trying to get lined up. And now the snapback, punt is up and away, charging in to get it, and he gets it. He's tackled immediately. His helmet gets ripped off, and ultimately he gets taken down. Again, the Wolves aggressive there. That was Kamaz Williams who received that punt. He got hit almost immediately. Multiple Thundercats coverage players right there as he tried to make something out of that. And so the Wolves will be starting on their own 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Wolves will see if they can carry over the momentum of the big plays they put together at the end of the half. They were able to get a number of big passes. They had one big pass to Josiah Simmons, and then one to Kyle Kraft, and then one to Kevin Paradis that got them down to the 1-yard line before they started running into some problems. They're going to come out in the wishbone formation. 1 receiver on either side, a fullback and 2 running backs behind Garcia, who's under center. The snap, fakes one handoff, gives to another, and tackled behind the line. A bit of a combined tackle there. I believe the first one to the ball was number 54, Zachary Painter, as Brandon Carr and Odai Dayub came in to help wrap up the running back there. Pushed back to the 21-yard line. That is a 4-yard loss on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Wolves. So they come out in shotgun again. They're back to their typical shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Snap back to Garcia. He drops back, rolling to his right, throwing out, and couldn't find his man. Pass was intended for Paradis. That was the Thundercats number 4, Alejandro Ayers, in coverage. Pass rush was coming there from the Thundercats, and they forced the hurried throw there by Garcia. It'll be 3rd and 14. Thundercats up 12-0 here in the 3rd quarter. The Wolves trying to put something together. 3 receivers on one side, 1 to the left. Snap to Garcia, drops back, looking, throws over the middle, dropped. Pass was intended for Kyle Kraft, and it went through his hands. It's going to be 4th and 14 for the Wolves. And they're going to have to punt this one away. So it'll be Keon Walton punting it away for the Wolves. The Thundercats have 2 returners back to receive the punt. Walton receives the snap, punts it away. This is a high one. And it's downed. Almost bounced off of Ayers there, but it's ultimately downed by Paradis. Thundercats will take over in Silver City territory at about the Wolves' 42-yard line. So they start with fairly good field position again. Last possession, things didn't go so well for them, as their running game was getting absolutely stuffed by Michael Johnson and the Wolves' front 7. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 42, and it looks like the Thundercats are going to come out in a shotgun formation. Rain Francis has a back on either side of him. He's got a wing to his right. This almost looks like the wing T, except Francis is back in the shotgun. He takes the snap, gives to Pagano. Pagano bursts ahead. He's got a little bit of room and manages to get a decent gain there. Looks to be about 3 or 4 yards. From the 42 down to the 38-yard line, it'll be a 4-yard run for Chris Pagano. Second and 6. Stadium lights have been turned on. We still have a bit of sunlight. We still have a good amount of sunlight left here on this summer night. Same formation for the Thundercats, just giving the defense a different look with Francis coming out of shotgun. Snap. He gives this time to, I believe that's Curry, and he's got some room to his left. He's going to get the first down. Christian Curry had some room to work with there. He gets taken down, but not before converting the first down for the Thundercats. Their running game seems to be back and humming in motion. And this switch to the shotgun formation, it seems to be working rather well. They ran most of their running plays out, under center for most of this game. In fact, almost all of their plays under center for most of this game, but now they're switching to a shotgun formation. It might just be that again, the front 7 from Silver City was just starting to break through the line too quickly on those under center handoff fake plays. And so they're just trying for something out of shotgun. This time, the give is to number 23, who gets wrapped up and brought down. Big tackle there from number 10, but we got a penalty call. We're going to see what this is. It was a nice play by number 10, Josh Ortiz, to bring down the ball carrier, Raheem Henry. Looks like the penalty is going to go against the Thundercats. We got a personal foul called against the Thundercats. So this is going to be a big penalty for a big loss here. And it's going to include a loss of down. Wow. So that's going to send them 15 yards back from the 31 to the 46, and it's going to cost them first down. I couldn't quite hear what the official said the penalty was. I did see the signal for a personal foul. But now, 2nd and 25 for the Thundercats. Same shotgun formation. Francis takes the snap, tries to hand off, and Toulousma gets wrapped up immediately. Who else but Michael Johnson? And Johnson has been an absolute wrecking ball for the Silver City defense. Again, he's got a fumble recovery, a QB hit, and now 2 big tackles for loss as he pushes the Thundercats further back all the way into their own territory. They're at their own 48, and they need to get to the opposing 21. So it is 3rd down and 31 yards to go after the 6-yard loss. The handoff is given to, I believe, Curry, and he gets stood up and taken down. Almost lost the ball off a big tackle from number 66. And I don't see a number 66 on my roster, which is unfortunate because that was a very nice tackle. Small gain there from Christian Curry of 3 yards. And so it'll be another 3 and out for the Thundercats offense. They had a couple of nice drives in the first half. One in the first quarter, one in the second. Well, one that kind of bridged between the first and second quarters. But now Javier Santos will be punting again. This one is high and short. And it takes an unfavorable bounce. And it is downed. And that one did not get a lot of distance. Just over 10 net yards, I think, as it went from the Wolves' 49 down to the Wolves' 38. So an 11-yard punt from Santos. Certainly not what he wanted there. You could see the pressure coming from the Wolves for an attempted block punt. And I think that forced Santos to rush his kick a little bit, maybe get underneath it a little more. And as a result, you get the short punt. Of course, that combined with an unfavorable bounce now gives them that situation here. The Wolves take over on their own 38-yard line. They got a tighter formation here, one back on either side of Garcia. Takes the snap, drops back, looking. He's forced to throw it away. Ortiz and Carr were coming in pursuit, even with the extra blockers in for the Wolves. And I think they're trying to figure out whether that was a grounding call. Garcia arguing he was out of the pocket. And indeed, they're not going to give the grounding call on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10. You know, after the first possession ended in a touchdown For the Thundercats, I wondered aloud if this was going to live up to the defensive billing that the previous matchup gave. And so far it has. Just 2 scores between the two teams, just 1 more score than we had the last time they faced off. That, of course, was a 6-0 win for the Thundercats. They currently lead 12-0 here in the third. Snap back to Garcia. He drops back, rolling to his right, tries to get a throw off, almost intercepted. That pass was out of reach of number 13, Bradley Polanco. And it ended up bouncing off the hands of number 21, Jeremiah Faust. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. But oh no, they're advancing the ball. There was a penalty. Big penalty against the Thundercats. Gives the Wolves the first down and moves them into Thundercats territory. This is going to be 1st and 10 from the Thundercats 47. I'm not sure. They're all the way back here. They appear to be huddling up, trying to figure out what play they're going to run. And they are way far back. They gotta jog their way up to the line. 1st and 10 from the opposing 47. The Wolves trying to get some offense going. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back on either side of Garcia. He takes the snap, but there's a flag. They're going to blow it dead with a false start call. So it'll be 1st and 15 as the Wolves move back into their own territory. They're going to be operating from their own 48. Looks like the left guard might have jumped a little there. Same formation from the Wolves. 2 on the right, 1 on the left, 1 back on either side. Garcia takes the snap, and a rusher coming right through, and he's forced to throw it away. And we got a penalty flag thrown after the fact. The pass rush was coming from number 39, Nigel Warren. And there might have been a little pushing and shoving there at the end that might have induced the penalty. We'll see who it's called against. We're still waiting on the officials to give us the call, see which direction we're going. The way they're standing, it looks like this penalty call is going to be against the Wolves. And if that's the case, and that's a big penalty, my guess is it'll be 15 yards, in which case they'd be moving 20 yards back from where they started. And indeed, they're going to be walking the Wolves way back. So they need to get to the opponent's 37-yard line, and they're now going to be operating from their own 38. So it is going to be, I think, 1st and 25. So 1st and 25, so that might have just been a 10-yard penalty there on top of the false start they already had. 1st and 25. The snap to Garcia. The rush is coming. He floats one up down the left side looking for Simmons. Overthrows his man. Simmons was well covered, but the pass rush was coming from Brandon Carr. And so Garcia had to get the ball away there. Looked like it might have been a little, the throw might have gotten away a little earlier than he might have wanted it. Chris Pagano was in coverage for the Thundercats with number 1 Edward Frazier over the top. It'll be 2nd and 25. Thundercats still lead the Wolves 12-0 here in the third quarter. And the Wolves offense trying to make something happen, but they're in a tough spot here. 2nd down, 25 yards to go. Snap to Garcia. He drops back, rolls a bit to his right, unloads deep down the right side. Broken up, but a flag. That could be a big defensive pass interference call. The pass was intended for Keon Walton. Pass was deflected away by number 1 Edward Frazier. But I think they might be calling a penalty against the guy who was manned up against Walton. I believe that's number 21. That's number 21, Jeremiah Faust, I believe they're calling that against. And in the East Coast Football League, it seems that pass interference is a spot penalty. So unlike the college game where it's just 15 yards no matter what, this is more akin to the pro game where it's the spot of the foul, and that was a long pass. So a big break here for the Wolves. They get the first down, and they get it all the way down to the Thundercats' 20-yard line. 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back on either side of Garcia. Snap. Quick throw. Hits his man. That's Walton for a for a medium gain, really, as they go for the quick slant there. The Wolves trying to get on the board for the first time. For the first time this game, for the first time in 3 games, as they've been shut out in 3 of their 4 contests thus far. They're trying to not make it 4 out of 5. After a solid gain there, they are now down to what appears to be the 12-yard line, so an 8-yard gain on that pass to Walton, and it'll be 2nd and 2. Same formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back on either side of Garcia. Snap to Garcia. He's looking to his right. Unloads a pass. Hits Walton. He's got the catch. And I believe he's got the first down. Yes, he does. Another quick pass to Walton. The quick passing game working wonders here at the tail end of this drive, as that got them down to the 4-yard line. So another 8-yard pass and a timeout called by the Thundercats. The Wolves again knocking on the doorstep just as they were at the end of the first half. And they're going to see if they can get in the end zone this time. So a big pass interference call against the Thundercats reversed the Wolves' fortunes. A couple of big penalties have reversed their fortunes. We had that personal foul called early in the drive, and then after the Wolves suffered a couple of penalties that really pushed them back, another big penalty to give the Wolves an automatic first down, and this one all the way down to the 20. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that was an almost 50-yard penalty, possibly more than 50-yard penalty on that pass interference. And then 2 quick 8-yard passes from Garcia to Walton now have them knocking on the doorstep on the 4-yard line on the Thundercats side of the field. If they score here, this game gets very interesting. Coming out of the Thundercats timeout, this will be 1st and goal from the 4. They're going to come out in what looks to be the same formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back on either side of Garcia in shotgun. Are they going to try and pass it from 4 yards out? Yes, they are. Garcia is being rushed. He has to just throw it into the dirt. Colby Ortiz bringing the pressure there. And again, the Thundercats pass rush proving a formidable foe, even with the Wolves deploying an extra blocker. I mean, Garcia's gotten a little more time on some plays to get his passes off thanks to that one extra blocker. But the Thundercats pass rush is still breaking through on a number of plays. It'll be 2nd and goal, still at the 4-yard line. They come out with the exact same formation. They got Walton out wide to the right. They got Kraft and Simmons on the left side, 1 back on either side of Garcia. And we got a flag. That's going to be a delay of game penalty against the Wolves. So the dysfunction hits the Wolves again for another costly penalty, as they're going to be pushed back to the 9. So just some disorganization on the play call, I guess. So it's still going to be 2nd and goal, but now they are 9 yards out from the end zone. Garcia, the snap, drops back. Pass rush he avoids, throws out to his left. He's got a man wide open. This is Kyle Kraft walking into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves. The Silver City Wolves finally get on the board. Good movement in the pocket by Larry Garcia, as a man broke through, but he just managed to step up, buy himself enough time to float one out to Kyle Kraft in the flats. And Kraft had nothing but green grass in front of him as he scampers in for a 9-yard passing touchdown. 12-6 the score, and Garcia came off the field kind of hobbled, so if they're going to try for 2 here, then it's a question of whether they can bring their quarterback back in. They can't. They're going to bring out a different quarterback, or is that, I think that's number 6, Kamaz Williams. So they're just going to go with a 3 running back formation, I think, unless they're, the snap goes and the play is blown dead. That's going to be a false start. So again, Silver City gets pushed back. But the penalty call also allows them to bring Garcia back in, as Garcia is now shouting for them to let him back in. So they're going to be trying now from about 7 yards out, I believe, after the 5-yard penalty pushed them back, but that also allows them to bring their quarterback back in. Same formation they've been using. 1 to the right, 2 to the left, 1 back on either side. Snap to Garcia, and he gets pummeled immediately. I'm not sure what that was. It looked like they were trying for a quarterback keeper, but he gets pummeled. Ortiz was the first to get there. And so the unsuccessful 2-point try leaves the score Thundercats 12, Wolves 6. We have a 1-score game here in the 3rd quarter, as the Wolves have now scored their first points against a team not named the Badgers. So they certainly got to be happy to have that monkey off their back. Getting in the end zone in just the 2nd out of 5 games thus far. But now the question is, can their defense respond and keep the Thundercats off the field and off the scoreboard? It looks like we might be changing directions here, so I think we're actually in the fourth quarter now. That might have been the last play of the third quarter. A bit of confusion as players trying to figure out from the officials what the time clock is. Again, when you don't have a working scoreboard, it can be a little hard keeping track of what's happening in terms of the clock. But it looks like we are still in the third quarter as the Wolves are going back to their side of the field to kick it off. This will be the first kickoff for Keon Walton since the game's first play. He's had a couple of punts since then, but this will be just his second kickoff. So things getting interesting here at Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut, as it is now a one-score game, 12-6. The Thundercats lead the Wolves here in the third quarter. The Wolves get on the board on a 9-yard passing touchdown from Larry Garcia to Kyle Kraft. Keon Walton signals. Here's the kickoff. It's an onside kick, well recovered immediately by the Thundercats. And that was the Thundercats' number 8 with the recovery, Sawyer Nicholas. Just grabbing it and falling on it. Nice idea by the Wolves to try and get the ball again to get another shot at the end zone. But nothing doing. Well smothered by Nicholas. And now that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. So after a bit of confusion over whether the quarter had ended, it now ends with that onside kick. So we get ready to switch sides. The score through 3 quarters here at Falcon Field, the Connecticut Thundercats 12, the Silver City Wolves 6. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you live coverage of this East Coast Football League contest. And the Connecticut Thundercats will be starting with 1st and 10 at the Wolves' 48-yard line. They're back to having the quarterback under center in the wing tee. The snap, handoff to Cologne. Cologne goes up the middle and fights for a few yards. Looks like they're going to give him about 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the Wolves' 46-yard line. Thundercats come back out, same formation. Francis takes the snap. Hands off on the end around to Pagano. Pagano cuts upfield and gets a nice gain there. That might have got him the first down. That is indeed going to be a first down. Big run there for Chris Pagano. That's going to get them down to the 42. To the 38-yard line. Actually, the 37. They're now at the Wolves' 37 after a nice 9-yard run by Chris Pagano. Wing T formation again. This time the handoff is to Cologne. Cologne has got some blockers in front of him, and he runs ahead for a nice gain. So nice work by the Thundercats blockers as they push the pile ahead and really just gave Cologne just a caravan to run behind. Excuse me there. So the run goes for what looks to be about 6 yards as they are now down to the Wolves' 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. The Thundercats sticking with their usual wing T formation. Snap. They fake and now give to Pagano. Pagano taken down right at the line. A nice tackle by Silver City's number 47. That is Christopher Pineda. So it'll be 3rd down and short after what looks to have been a gain of about 2 yards from Pagano on that play. So it's going to be 3rd down, 2 yards to go. The Wolves chanting defense as they want to get the ball back with a chance to tie the game. The Thundercats trying to run down that clock and maybe get an insurance score on the board. Francis takes the snap. He drops back to pass. He floats it up down the left side, and it's dropped. Pass intended for Mark Anthony Telusma, but off the fingertips. We got a flag, though. Offsides against the Wolves. That's going to be a 1st down. Costly penalty for Silver City as they give the Thundercats 5 yards and a fresh set of downs. They're going to go down to the Wolves' 24-yard line for 1st and 10. It was going to be 4th and 2, and the Thundercats were probably going to go for it, but the Wolves had a really good chance to get them off the field before that penalty. 1st and 10. Francis takes the snap, gives to Cologne. Cologne bursts up the middle. He's got a hole. He's still running with it, and he gets dragged down. I think that's a 1st down run there. Jacob Cologne had a big hole to run through that time. And it'll be a fresh set of downs at about the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10, about as far out as a 1st and goal can be. They're sticking with the wing T formation. Snap to Francis. Fakes, gives to Pagano. Pagano running to his left, bouncing to the outside. He's got some room, and he gets taken down inside the 5. A nice touchdown-saving tackle by number 33 on Silver City, and it looks like we're going to have an injury stoppage here. One of the Thundercats linemen down on the field now, and they're helping him up. He seems to be okay as he trots off the field. That appears to be number 68. So yes, number 68, Mark Soto, gets up and trots off the field on his own power. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Thundercats from what looks to be maybe the 2 or the 3-yard line. I think they're on the 2-yard line. So a big 8-yard run from Pagano. And they're now really close to the end zone. A score here could prove to be the dagger. The wing T formation again. The snap. They give to Cologne. He barrels up the middle. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Thundercats. Jacob Cologne finishes in smash mouth style as a flag is thrown. I think that flag came after the play was over, so that's going to be a 2-yard rushing touchdown for Jacob Cologne. We got an unsportsmanlike penalty called, I think, against the Thundercats? I'm a little confused. The ref is giving some confusing signals right now, and it looks like I'm not the only one who's confused. The coach comes out to talk to him. It's okay. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike call against the Thundercats. And I think this is just going to be the 2-point try. I think it was after the play. I mean, the first down marker is still out. Are they saying that takes back the touchdown? I mean, I would think that that would be a call for after the play, so the touchdown would still count. I am a little confused. I mean, if this ends up being the only play before we go to kickoff, then we'll know that was the 2-pointer. Because it was 2nd and goal. They wouldn't get an automatic first down off of that. So, yeah, this has got to be the 2-point try. So the Thundercats going for 2. They lead 18-6. Francis fakes a couple handoffs, rolls out. He's being chased. Tries to float it up, but man's wide open, and that's in the end zone. He finds number 5, Josh Parks. So a successful 2-pointer makes the score 20-6 in favor of the Thundercats here in the 4th quarter. The Thundercats put together a strong offensive drive right when they needed to, as the Wolves were starting to forge a comeback. They had cut it to a 1-score game, but now the Thundercats have answered perfectly. A 2-yard rushing touchdown by Jacob Cologne marks the 3rd score of the game from the 3rd different back to find the end zone for the Thundercats. They had 1 score from Chris Pagano from 1 yard out, 1 from 6 yards out by Christian Curry, and 1 from 2 yards out by Jacob Cologne. So again, the scoreboard does not tell me how much time is left here in this game. But I do know we are in the 4th quarter of play. So the Wolves running out of time if they want to try and forge a comeback, especially after that big drive by the Thundercats, ending with the 2-yard touchdown run for Cologne. Javier Santos getting ready to kick this one away. The kick is off, and it's taken. Run to the left, trying to cut back inside, but ultimately being dragged down is number 0. That was Treron Bryant on the return for the Wolves, and they will start this possession off just inside their own 40. Actually, a little bit more inside their own 40 than I initially thought. Looks like they're going to spot him about the 37-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves from their own 37. The Thundercats lead 20-6 here in the 4th quarter of play. So they're coming out, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back on either side of Garcia. Garcia takes the snap, drops back, unloads down the right side. It's going to be a jump ball, and caught! Big catch for the Silver City Wolves. And was that number 13, I think? I believe that was number 13, Bradley Polanco, who just had that big catch there. So the Wolves trying to get some big chunk plays here to try and get back into this game. They trail by 14. A big catch by Bradley Polanco along the right side gets them all the way down to the Thundercats' 35-yard line. So a 28-yard completion on the first play of the drive. Now Garcia takes the snap, throws to his left, almost gets Simmons, but also almost gets picked off, as ultimately the play gets broken up. That was Faust in coverage for the Thundercats. So it'll be 2nd and 10 there. It seemed like the timing was just a little bit off on the pass, and the throw was just a little bit wide of the receiver. 2nd and 10 from the Thundercats' 35. Thundercats lead the Wolves 20-6. They're going to have 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left, with 1 back on either side. They've got Simmons on an island on the far side of the field. Snap back to Garcia, throw across the middle, and he hits Kraft. A nice one-handed catch from behind by Kyle Kraft, and that's going to be another first down. The 11-yard completion gets the Wolves down to the Thundercats' 24-yard line. Actually, it's going to be a 12-yard catch down to the 23. Same formation, 2 receivers to the right in Kraft and Walton, and they got Simmons to the left. 2 backs on either side of Garcia. Garcia takes the snap, drops back, looking, fires out to the right, and it's no, not intercepted. In and out of the hands of Jeremy Perry. Complete miscommunication between Garcia and Walton on that pass. Garcia was starting to break to the outside, and Garcia threw it on the inside. Perry read that perfectly. It just bounced in and out of his hands. So instead of a potential game-sealing interception, it's instead going to be 2nd and 10. The Wolves get a lucky break there, and we'll see if they can take advantage. 2nd and 10 from the Thundercats' 23-yard line. They stick with the same formation. Garcia takes the snap, drops back, throws quickly to his right, over the head of Simmons. And that's going to be an incomplete. They seem to have the timing down that time, but just way too high a throw from Larry Garcia. It's going to be 3rd and 10. And this is really the problem that the Wolves have had all day. Their offense has the potential to be explosive. They get some strings of big plays here and there, but it can be very streaky. You know, you get a couple of nice plays, and then all of a sudden a couple incompletes, and now your progress is completely stopped. We'll see what they can do here with 3rd and 10, same formation. They're in 4-down territory, no doubt, but they got to make something happen. And I think they just managed to draw some guys off sides. I didn't see any Wolves players jump on that, and indeed they're going to call offsides. So a big break for the Wolves there. They're halfway to the first down. Instead of 3rd and 10, it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the 18. Now lined up for the snap. Garcia takes it, drops back. Pass rush is coming. He's hit as he throws. Still completes the pass. Big completion out to, I believe that's Kevin Paradis. Colby Ortiz hit Garcia as he got the throwaway, but still managed to get it in the area of Kevin Paradis for a big first down conversion. It's going to be 1st and goal from the Thundercats' 7-yard line. The Wolves trying to cut this back down to a 1-score game. Of course, they're also going to need a 2-point conversion if they're going to get the 2 scores and try and come back. But right now, they're just trying to find the end zone. 1st and goal. They are 7 yards out from the end zone. Snap back to Garcia, drops back, running out of time, quick throw, finds his man on the ground, but he's at about the 1-yard line. That pass was complete to, I believe, Castro. Or no, Keon Walton, my mistake. I believe that was Keon Walton who made the catch, sliding catch there right above the turf. And so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. By my count, I think the Wolves have only run like 2 running plays, maybe 1 or 2 the entire game, and they're coming out in shotgun. Here with 2nd and goal, they're 1 yard out. Snap to Garcia. He rolls, he pitches it, and the pitch play, he's cutting back inside, trying for the end zone, stopped just short. They mix it up with a pitch play, but the front 7 for the Thundercats broke through, and the 2nd unit managed to drag down number 24, Ronald Bear. No gain there. They stay at the 1-yard line. Big 3rd down and goal here. And, of course, every play that the Wolves don't get in the end zone, the clock keeps ticking away. Again, I don't know how much time is left. You can see the scoreboard is not on. So I can't tell you how much time these two teams are working with. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Again, they're going to come out of shotgun. Let's see what they try here. Snap to Garcia. Fakes the give. Quick throwaway. Almost picked off by Faust. It's going to be 4th and goal now from the 1. Ironically, the Wolves being the pass-heavy team that they are, they might have been better off not getting that completion from the 7 to the 1. They might have had an easier time finding the end zone from the 7-yard line. But we'll see what they decide to do here, 4th and goal. Let's see what they're going to do. 2 receivers to the right. Appears to be Paradis and Walton. Simmons out to the left. 1 back on either side of Garcia. Snap. And he's going to take it himself. He's wrapped up. Is he stopped? He's short. Flags are thrown, but it looks like the Thundercats got the stop. Oh, we got a bit of a fight breaking out here. Flags being thrown like crazy. Players coming in off the benches. And a lot of pushing and shoving, still extending out. Not sure what happened there, but what I do know is the Wolves have turned the ball over on downs. Refs now trying to break things up. Get the teams back to their respective sidelines. We've still got some players jawing. And they're trying to get the last of these players out of here. Just trying to get the last of the stragglers out of this. Plenty of pushing and shoving and jawing back and forth between the two teams after what might have just been the game-sealing play there. Fourth and goal, Silver City decided to go for a QB keeper to Larry Garcia, and the Thundercats just come up with a very big play. They just stuffed the line and made sure he didn't get anywhere. The two teams are shaking hands. Was that the last play of the game? That might have just been the last play. Again, I have no idea what the clock was at when they went for that last 4th and goal to try and get in the end zone. But based on the way the players are lining up and shaking hands, I think that was it. So assuming that was it, that is your final for today. In which case the final score is the Connecticut Thundercats 20, the Silver City Wolves 6. The Thundercats improve to a 4-1 record, while the Wolves fall to 1-4. So the Thundercats now with 2 straight wins after this. And also their second highest scoring output from their offense so far this season. They had 32 points against the Golden Badgers, but they only had 6 against the Brawler and 6 against the Wolves and only 13 against the Tar Heels. So this marks their second biggest offensive output. And as for the Wolves, it's also their second biggest offensive output, as this is only the second game where they've gotten on the scoreboard. They also handily defeated the Golden Badgers 34-0. But other than that, they've been blanked in every other game. So they did find the end zone. But wrapping things up here, like I said, final score, Thundercats 20, Wolves 6. The Thundercats struck first on their very first possession, driving down the field and finishing on a 1-yard run by Chris Pagano into the end zone. They went up 6-0. Towards the end of the first quarter, they started putting another drive together after some turnovers back and forth from both teams. And then they ultimately finished that drive early in the second quarter with a 6-yard touchdown run by Christian Curry. They went into the half with a 12-0 lead. And of course, that also included a big stop at the 1-yard line as the Wolves drove all the way down to the 1, but then couldn't finish before the half ended. In the third quarter, I believe there was I don't think there was a score in the third, but I do know that in the second half, the Wolves finally managed to get on the board. They finally put a big drive together, thanks in no small part to a big pass interference penalty, and they finished it on, I believe, I want to say, a 6-yard touchdown pass from Larry Garcia to Kyle Kraft. That made the score 12-6. But then the Thundercats responded strongly with another scoring drive, what would be the last score of the game. And that was a 2-yard run by Jacob Cologne. That was followed up with the only successful 2-point try of the game, a pass from Rain Francis to Josh Parks. That made the score 20-6. The Wolves put together another drive down to the 1, but again were stopped short. And that's where the ball game ended. So wrapping things up here at Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. It's been my pleasure to bring you live coverage of this East Coast Football League contest. If you enjoyed the broadcast, make sure to hit that like button. Other than that, it seems like we're wrapping things up for the last time. Thundercats 20, Wolves 6. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.